Alright, what's up guys? So this is an updated video to my 365 Fuse. I haven't shot it as of late. I think it's been months now since I've actually shot it. I still do carry it. I've just been shooting everything else, literally, because I've gotten 3 new guns, and it's going to be 4 soon. Actually, no, the RXM, the Galil, the Beretta, and the Maverick 88, and then I got my 1911 coming in soon, which I'll be doing 250 rounds through that thing soon, and I'll do a video for that. But anyway, the Fuse just hasn't been getting any love because I haven't really been interested in shooting it. Now, that's not to say that, I'm not confident in shooting it or anything like that. I am confident that thing will go bang. I shoot it all the time. Or I used to shoot it all the time. The 365 base model that I used to have, and I got the 17 round mag, as well as the 2 base plates for the 12 rounds or 13 rounds, however many it was supposed to be. That one ran perfectly fine, and then I got to this one, ran perfectly fine. I would have to say that the P365 Fuse, when I made that video, kind of was blown a little out of proportion. Now I won't back out from what I've stated from my own experiences. The quality control still is kind of subpar. I think that they should do better with the sights. At least update the sights for the next generation of fuses, right? Because the Fuse sights, they're not that good. It keeps melting off, and then I have to poke it right back in. It's just ridiculous. But that trigger bar thing that I was telling you guys about, how it malfunctions, and then all of a sudden you get a dead trigger because it just snaps. I think what was going on at the time was the P320 controversy, as well as the management controversy, and then all of a sudden people were making videos of the dead triggers on their X macros and their P365s and stuff like that. So, so there were videos popping up on that, and as of late, I haven't seen any. I think that is just like a lightning strike striking twice on the same person kind of deal. I don't think it's that bad, because for one, it hasn't happened to me. I've owned two of them. I gave one to my dad, and now he shoots it, and I have another one in my safe. So what's the deal? Like I said, it just had to do, I think it just had to do with the controversies and then these recent videos coming up, and it kind of influenced my mind and just kind of like swayed me to say it's okay, in the sense that, I don't like it based on personal opinion. But if we're looking at it from a factual standpoint, gun is a little bit snappy, I'll give it that. Like I said, the quality control isn't the best, because that front sight keeps melting off. It melted off of my friend's front sight. Now he no longer has the little thing, little night sight on the front. It's gone. It happened on the recent range day that we had. So that's fun. But as far as reliability goes, I've had 700 plus rounds go through mines for both of them, and they ran perfectly fine. So I have no issues there. Then the gun is accurate. It shoots accurately. I have no issues there. Grip texture is fantastic. So all in all, the gun itself, if we're taking out all the controversy, that is hovering around the SIG brand, I think is a decent contender in the concealed carry world. But it's still just your average run of the mill. Is it worth $700? I would say yeah, for what you're getting. You're getting a mag well, 17 round mag, and two 21 round mags, and then you're getting the night sights, even though it's not that good. Um, and the gun runs. The gun runs. So for a lot of the stuff that I was talking about in that video, I would have to say, just don't base it on the controversy. Base it on the actual personal experience of the gun. The gun itself has ran, okay, and I continue to carry it. Like I said, I don't know if or maybe it was on the previous take or whatever. I haven't shot it all that often recently, but that's mainly because I've gotten 4 new guns and 5 is on the way soon. I got you'll see it once I make the first impression 0 round review, and then the 250 round review. But you'll see those 2 videos come up, and that's when I'll reveal it. So, but anyway, yeah. So I got 4 new guns. The RXM, which now has close to 800 rounds, I think. The Galil, which has 500 rounds through it. The Beretta 1301 has 200 rounds through it, and the Maverick 88 has 50 rounds through it. So all of these other guns have been getting a lot more attention, as well as the CZ Scorpion's been getting a lot more attention, especially since I'm getting the new receiver in a couple of weeks. They finally gave me word as to when it's being shipped, which should be next week. And I'll be receiving that soon. And I'll go ahead and install it and let you guys know how the roller delay system is. And, everything else has been getting updated besides the 365. The 365 has just not gotten the love that it should be getting. And that's just solely because of the fact that I've got new guns, new parts to install, and I'm testing stuff. So it's just been on the back burner. Do I still know how to shoot it? Absolutely. Is the dot still sighted in? Absolutely. The sight still doesn't work? Absolutely. What I mean is the sight. The optic itself, the buttons stopped working, but it's stuck on a setting where it automatically turns on and then it turns off after 10 minutes. That's fine. I don't really care about that. I do want to get rid of the 32 MOA circle, but I can't because both of the buttons don't work. So that's fun. So I might be needing to get a new optic soon. And I might be going with an O sight instead. But we'll see. I don't know. It's just because it's cheaper, and from the O sight, the O sight K looks pretty good. I've seen some positive reviews on it, so yeah, I'm gonna get that and put that on there and just call it a day. But all in all, it's not a bad gun. It's not a bad gun. I just haven't been showing it attention, and as of late, and to be honest, I feel like I've shot better stuff. The Romulus, for instance, I've been giving that a lot of attention. 2,800 rounds. We're nearing 3,000 rounds for that thing, and all I've done is change the recoil spring. Or, as it says, I found this out recently. I found this out in the Colt 1911 Manual of Arms. The recoil spring was actually originally, the patent name was actually called the reaction spring. So fun news. But anyway, the recoil spring was recently updated on that thing, and I put the magwell back on. So, and it's just it's gonna be my carry gun still, but it's gonna be cycled out very rarely. It's more of a range toy than anything, and it's more just to sit in the safe. It's just a safe princess right now. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting into shooting the not the Romulus, the 365 Fuse some more. I'm gonna hit that 1,000 round threshold. I'll give you guys an update as to how it's going, to see if there's any signs of premature wear or anything like that, because I know I said that in the previous video, and honestly, it's not that bad. The rare occurrence of that bar breaking, I think it's a lot more rare lot more of a rare case than anybody would think. So anyway, besides the point, get yourself a Fuse. I think the Fuse is a fantastic firearm if you want something that is concealable but still is a full size and gives you a decent bit of rounds. Especially for females, since y'all have small hands, I think it would be a great firearm with how light it is. Even for a 4.3 inch barrel, it's still a pretty light gun. And if you don't want to go too big, or if you don't want to go, if you don't want to go too big, but you also want that capacity, I think the 365 Fuse or the 365 base model or the X model or the X macro, any family, any one of those, except for the SAS model, that one sucks. The sights on it look terrible. Anyway, but the family tree of P365s is a fantastic base point. 500 for the base model. I think it's like you're ranging it from $500 to $700 depending on what you get. And each one has different features to it. Not a bad pistol. I would recommend getting it 100% of the time. And yeah. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to make this because I've been getting a lot of comments on that video and I completely forgot about that video. It still is okay, but this is just an updated video after cooling my head down and finally just getting everything about the controversies of the company and stuff like that and what they're using to make the pistols and stuff like that. I'm finally just filtering it all out and just calling it quits as to, I'm not going to give it a black eye. I'm not going to try to give it a black eye because they did me right. The gun works. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great day. God bless. Love y'all. Stay safe out there.